Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 95 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Today we're talking about, and we're focusing this month on our physical growth, our physical well-being, our physical health, our physical growth, meaning from where we are to where we want to be with respect to our physical well-being and growth this year. So today's action item is a pretty fun one, pretty simple one. And what we're going to do is we're going to rate ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being pretty bad, pretty awful, 10 being exactly what we want it to be, perfect. We have perfect health, perfect physical well-being, perfect physical growth going on in that area or aspect of our life. Now, we could just give ourselves an overall rating on 1 to 10. Mine would probably be about a 5, probably about average, if I take everything in that category and consider it together. But what I like to do is break it down into littler pieces so I can say, okay, disease-wise, physical exercise, nutrition, energy, and I'll show you a quick example of one I put together this morning. But in Guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page, there's 9 categories and then an overall one example, as well as Monroe's actually rating herself in the different areas and aspects of physical growth and well-being. So what I did is I just took a little cardboard and wrote on it, and I said, okay, here are just 5 possible categories I could use, or smaller segments of my physical well-being and my physical growth that I could break it down into and give each of those a rating. And then I just take the average of all of those, because that gives me a pretty good, pretty accurate overall picture of what my physical health and well-being is right now. Now I added, what do I want it to be? Now notice I didn't write backwards on my numbers. Sorry, I was just doing a quick example. And when I'm thinking and doing it at the same time, it's harder to remember to write backwards for your viewing pleasure. But what I did is I just put health, energy, disease, nutrition, and H2O, water, hydration, because those I know are super duper important activities. You'll notice I didn't put exercise on there. It wasn't in my top 5. It should be, but it wasn't in my top 5. So exercise might be one you add. You might add stress, sleep, because that impacts our physical well-being, mental health, social interactions, social connection, preventative health care. That's another good one that I didn't put on my list because I was just doing it quickly, but I'll do it today when I do the exercise, just like you're going to do the exercise. So here's what I did. I gave myself, 7, 7, 6, 5, and 9 in these different categories. And again, I would do that for all of the categories that I list. We're going to use those tomorrow too. I didn't think of it until I was doing this one today, but I'm going to do a different exercise than I had planned on tomorrow, because I think it's important. I think it's important for us to come up with our own categories and then say, okay, where am I right now in this category? If I think I'm a 7 overall for health, that's pretty good, but I want it to be a 9 or a 10, right? And I tend to have rater bias to not go for perfection and put 10s here. That's me. You do what works for you and what motivates and drives you. But I don't, because I know that there's no such thing as perfection. We can just be always continually improving. So that's a quick example of what I did this morning, but I'm going to pick probably, I like 10 because 10's an easy number to divide by. So I will probably come up with 10 categories for myself for this, and then rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10 for each one, and then take the average of them all. All you do is you add them all up and divide by the number of options or of rating criteria. So for example, this one added up to be 34 divided by 5, which is 6.8. So my overall physical growth score right now is a 6.8. Why is that important? Because we have to know where we are before we can figure out how we're going to go from where we are to where we want to be. All right, any questions? What do? You ask me, of course, or look it up in Guide 2 or Google it, but it's usually probably quicker and easier just to ask me. All right, that's all I've got today. Have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with an exercise, and we're going to use these same criteria. That's why I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and come up with your, 5 to 10 criteria that you're going to look at with respect to physical growth, and we'll do something different with that tomorrow. All right, have a great day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.